Came on a wall once.
A wall?
In college, one of the first chicks I fucked, I think the second chick I ever fucked, and I just blasted a load inside her, and she's like, "Did you just come inside me?" And I was like, "Yeah." What do you mean? Because the first girl was like on the pill. We talked about. I was like, "Are you not?" And she goes, "You don't just assume that." I'm like, "Fuck."
Oh no.
They didn't teach me this in Judaism
she
school.
was like, "You got to pull out." I was like, "Okay." And then I pulled out, but I didn't know what to do with it. Yeah, so I just turned
that
to the
age,
side.
too,
I
you're
was on her
like-
bunk bed, turned to the side, shot on the wall, and just dripped down to where her roommate slept.
Oh, God.
Yeah. She's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" On my stomach.
It is
Sports
pretty funny
podcast.
how that's just.
I had a buddy. We had an apartment in like a summer share house kind of deal, and he would do kind of what Kevin did or what you did too. Where like it was just when he was jerking off. I don't think he had sex the whole summer, but when he was jerking off, he would just turn and come on the floor, and it was a hardwood floor, and he wouldn't clean it up.
Ugh.
So like it would just collect like dust. So if you looked in his room, it was just like black splotches.
Colleen left, by the way. She's done.
But it would be like, but it would still be wet under.
I don't know.
It would be like a Viet Cong trap.
Dude, so one day when he was at work, we turned it looked like a jungle floor.
Wow.
So we turned it, we got a paper mache, we made a paper mache tree, and we had it stretch out to his ceiling fan, and we just played Toto Africa, because it looked like the jungle. There was so much cum and so much like dusted collected that it looked like a jungle
great.
floor.
That's great.
I thought you would like that one.
I do. I like it. I like it all.
The shit you do when you're, I was gonna say younger, but it probably just keeps going.
It stays.
Yeah, like you don't really. That's
As long as you don't have
terrible,
kids.
I'm sure.
Dude,
but,
I was
you know,
fucking nailing beer pong. Me and Sal. I've never been that on. I've never been that on.
You are pathetic.
Last night?
I made more than
how
I
old
missed.
are you?
I'm 48.
48 with hemorrhoids, playing fucking beer pong
Yeah.
with Sal.
That's the fucking life, baby.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah. I mean, I woke up still drunk today. It's rare that I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like,
Wow.
oh, I'm still fucked up.
How late
I'm
were you
okay.
out?
Not crazy late. 2:30.
Have you slowed down at all? Or are you drinking the same amount you like always have?
No, I'll just have days where you go for it.
Yeah,
Generally, I don't drink much. No,
But
I've been
so
drinking
it's
hard
the
lately.
frequency that goes down. But
But this
the
last
consumption
road trip
is-
was like I was like, no, next week I'm taking off. And I
Yeah.
was like, no shit, no, next week I'm taking off.
Yeah.
There's always something that pops
Yeah.
up, and
That is the worst.
I can't believe you're still playing
like you're
beer
a
pong,
quarter
bro.
of the way through the year. You're like, fuck.
Yeah.
All right.
It was San Jose. I'm like,
Next
no,
year. We'll
no,
start next
I'm
year.
not doing it in San Jose. And the opener's like, come on, have a drink. I'm like, I've gotta take 3 days off.
Yeah.
It's been 2 weeks already that I've wanted to take a day off.
Yeah.
It's San Jose. You guys fucking suck. This is not a party city.
that is one of the more. I remember Bert when we went to Amsterdam was talking about he was going to take off the next city, and I think it was Antwerp.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, that sucks. When if you live in the city that people say they look at the map and they go, all right, I'll take off.
Yeah,
that
it
city."
does suck.
Yeah.
It's like
Dude,
San
the
Jose.
first
If you
sober
miss
October-
San Jose, nobody cares.
The first sober October we did, Bert was like, okay, I got to take off. And then he had never been to Australia before. And he goes, I'm going to take off in, I guess, August or whatever it was. And I was like, I looked at the schedule. I'm like, oh, dude, you that's 3 of those weeks you're in Australia. He goes, so? I'm like, oh, you don't understand.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to not drink in
Yeah,
Australia.
it's not. It's just
Certain
not.
places
They'll
you
be
just
mad
can't.
at you.
Yeah,
It's-
yeah.
The country
They'll
will be
treat
mad at
you. Yeah, it's like you're disrespecting them.
Yeah, their national bird is a shoey. like, yeah, you just can't. You just can't. They drink so fucking hard.
I heard the other day you were.
What'd you hear?
I think were you like the second or first guest on Rogan, something like that.
I was early for sure. We used to do it when it was a webcam. We'd have to crowd around, and then we figured out if we sat 3 to a couch, it wouldn't work. So we'd have to sit 1 on a couch, 2 on the floor to like
From
hold
one
the frame.
webcam?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I knew you were early on, but somebody brought up they told me like a trivia question, like first Joe Rogan guest, and I said Red Band, and they were like, nope, it was Ari Shaffir.
It might have been. It might be me.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Me, Heffron, Eddie Bravo, Diaz. Yeah, we'd
So
go
you
to his
sat
house. We'd get high.
One
Yeah.
up and 2 on the floor.
Yeah. Yeah, me and Diaz did a bunch. It was just like Justin TV would put them out.
I don't even know what that is.
Justin.tv. It was like
Wow.
it was a web streaming site.
Really?
Yeah, it was like
Crazy.
that predated the podcast. We were just like, let's get on there. But there was no money in it.
Right.
It was
Yeah.
like, this
You
will
so
be
you guys
fun.
were doing it just for the love.
Yeah, it was just like
was
cool.
Ro-
We had like hundreds of people listening.
Right.
we're
And
like,
at that
"Whoa,
point, it was like
cool."
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, we do it from green rooms.
And people and like was
But tune in, comment on the side. You could read what they said.
Yeah,
It was always
yeah.
live. Yeah, when he stopped streaming, I was like, "Oh, you stopped streaming live?" He goes, "Years too late. We were taking wild risks.
Yeah,
As popular as this got, to do this live
Right.
is such a mistake."
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
I guess
especially
so.
with the guys that were coming through. Like you're always taking a
We're
chance.
going for the line.
Yeah. Although I will
course we're
be
gonna step
honest, like
over.
I mean, how much do you think like he and all those guys are editing their podcast now?
They do it a little, and every time it comes up, with like, "I'm gonna take this out," I'm always like,
Why?
"What? You don't have to."
Yeah, we'll if something like a personal detail or something comes up, we'll do that.
That's
but
it.
like
That's the only
getting
thing.
in
It's
trouble
like-
or
yeah.
like I don't know.
If I said somebody's cheating on their wife, and I was like, "Ah, shit, I think they're still together. Can you not?"
right,
Like that,
right,
that,
right.
That's it.
But
That's it.
otherwise, like
Yeah.
we
It's just like people are like, "Oh, it wasn't funny." I'm like, "That's fine."
we did
Yeah,
our
right.
our
Yeah.
daily like if I'm not like trying to make us look good for an
No.
edit. Like we're just putting the podcast out.
Yeah.
We did our daily rundown show live one time, and I think one time only. It was one and done, right?
I think so.
We
Oh, really? Yeah.
we streamed it. It was when Facebook Live first became a thing, and we were like, we're gonna do this every day. We'll put it out as we usually do, but also if you want to watch when we record, like in the afternoon. And we had a guest on, which is also very rare. So it was like two very rare. It was usually just me, Portnoy, and Big Cat every day, all day. Filmed it the same way, recorded it, put it the same way.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, we have a guest, and we're doing it live. And this girl joined the show and was like
Not a comedian. Like she
yeah,
she like
she's
worked
a
in
sports
sports.
reporter, but just like kind of like Barstool's
This sometimes
style.
goes
and
nuts because sometimes they try to keep up with like funny
that's
people.
kind of what I think
And-
happened. But she was just kind of like, well, that's what the Mexicans do or whatever. And I mean, I remember being
I
on
don't
that
remember exactly
panel.
what she said, but it was definitely Mexicans.
Yeah, and I was just like, oh boy. Yeah. And I tried to like throw her a bone and laugh at it and kind of. I was like,
That's
I
the
can
worst.
say these things and like get away with it, but you're fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it ended, and she was like, "That was okay, right?" And I was like, "Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. If you're looking for a new job,
Can you
it's
please
okay."
get the fuck out of here before you look at your phone? Because you're going to have a breakdown.
Oh
You're
my
gonna have a
God.
problem.
I do remember that she was kind of scrolling, like just like, oh, to this day.
Oh, really?
But yeah, like I mean, live shit is
Like, oh, she was like fired before she like left the apartment.
yeah, it was like you're done.
Dude, I'm about to take down all my old podcasts.
So I
I'm
actually
like, it's not going to do any good, and it's just there for the people who
You
are
should.
looking to like hurt people.
You should.
And the zeitgeist changes. So the stuff you could say, the best example of this is "Don't ask, don't tell." Remember that?
Yeah.
Gays weren't allowed in the military.
Yeah.
Bill Clinton was like, "How about we change it where you just can't ask them their sexual preference, and
everyone
if
was
they
like-
don't tell you, it's fine."
everyone's like, good compromise.
Yeah, but if you do this now, if like gays aren't allowed to say they're gay, you'd be like, get him fired.
Yeah,
But it
totally.
was like groundbreakingly
Yeah.
like progressive at the time. So it shit changes. So anything you said 10 years ago,
I
it's like, it just
we
won't
used to
fly.
do
I was
all
saying
of
that
our
with like the like new Instagram memories. Like I don't want to see what I fucking used to say.
Oh,
like that.
yeah.
Like, it's not. I don't want to see what I used to look like. So I used to look better. And also like I don't want to see the like shit I used to think was funny. So I'm like, guess what? I probably fucking don't think that like it evolves. It changes. Like I probably just don't think that's funny anymore.
Yeah,
not
we're like,
that
I'm
I think
not
it's
friends with
offensive.
that guy anymore.
Right.
That too.
we